Welcome back to Pushing Pause. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Marissa.
And we are actually going to continue on the Christmas train just for a little bit longer.
Tis the season. I know not everyone is like a big Christmas holiday fan, but we just want to talk about the things that we've been enjoying for the holiday season. So one of the things that we did this week that we had talked about prior was we went to the lights at the Hartford Fair.
And Marissa redeemed herself. So, because this was all her doings. She kind of planned this whole thing. And we went to one last week. It was last week.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the best.
It didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah. And so the one that we went to this week, amazing. It's like 3.5
miles of lights synced to Christmas music. I mean, we were jamming out in the car.
Yeah,
dancing,
with the kids.
singing.
Like, it was amazing. And we brought a thermos of hot chocolate.
My husband made hot chocolate for us. Stacy made cookies. And it was so much fun.
It was so fun.
The lights were beautiful. It was such a production. I mean, really, really well done. It was so nice. Good. The area was really nice because the lights were kind of set into like the woods. You felt like you were driving
you
through
didn't
the
feel,
trees.
and it was dark too, clearly.
Yeah.
So you didn't feel like it was in the middle of like a rural area or something.
Oh my gosh, so
it was so good.
Nice. Yeah, it really gets you in the Christmas spirit. Like I love to plan things that really so you can celebrate, all month long.
So we've been, just trying new things throughout this season, and since my family is a little newer to the area, it's been really fun to plan these new things to do, and so we can make them traditions. And Marissa has lived in the area for a while, so she knows of a lot of great things and places to explore.
Yeah, and another thing that we had talked about in a prior podcast was the Elf on the Shelf and how you can kind of get lost with ideas, not know what to do. We got some amazing pictures and Elf on the Shelf ideas sent in from a listener, Sarah in Pataskala. They are so cute.
And so helpful.
Yes.
Like, I am scratching my head right now, and it's 10 days in. I literally looked at the calendar, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I still have more to go.
Really, really cute ideas.
So I'm excited to explore those and take some of those for sure.
Yeah, you'll have to check those out. So we also have a parents' night out.
Tonight. Like
so
counting
excited.
Down the minutes, actually, hours. I don't know, one or the other.
We are doing like a holiday parents' night out. Me and my husband and Stacy and her husband, and we are, we got a hotel. We're
so
staying
we can live it up.
Yeah, really take it all in. We're staying at the Graduate Hotel, and I know that those are all throughout the country. But they're really cool. They're really cool hotels.
They're so cool. So I like my favorite thing is to stay at really cool hotels. Like it's just part of my, I don't know, it's part of my like genetic makeup. Like I absolutely love it. So, the Graduate, the brand has all these really funky hotels in so many different places. So, and they all kind of pertain to and gravitate towards whatever's kind of popular in that area. So clearly the one we're going to, Ohio State campus, is very close to it. So it's all like Ohio State memorabilia.
Yeah, Buckeyes, and it, like things that have like famous people from Ohio.
Like it's really cool. And so I've also explored the one in Nashville, which I'm obsessed with Dolly Parton. So they do have a Dolly Parton room. Like it's just cute, decorated different. So it's not like your normal, hotel that you're going to go in and everything looks the same. They just really appeal to, like, it's definitely just funky.
Yeah.
A lot of them are in college towns, and usually they take on kind of the university. College. Yeah. So
I did
check them out though online.
I did see one in Illinois, and one of the rooms is Home Alone. It has like the poster bed.
Yes, and the wallpaper.
Yes,
like it has like they found the wallpaper of the parents' room. Like
so
it's
neat.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is adorable. Those are so cute.
Like it's so fun. They're just fun.
Yeah. We also have, so there's Stacy a couple of weeks ago had asked me if there was any like local bars or restaurants that were doing like Christmas themed or Christmas pop-ups or something. So we found this bar called Citizen Trust. It's in downtown Columbus, and they are doing a Christmas pop-up. They have a whole entire list of Christmas cocktails, Christmas glasses. We're going to hit that up prior to dinner.
Yeah, I love when you go to a Christmas bar. So I've been to one in Salt Lake City. That was my favorite one. Believe it or not, Salt Lake City, which is kind of funny because it's not like a bar town by any means of the imagination. But they had like vintage looking Santa mugs.
Oh, okay.
So cute, which clearly
you know how
you
much
would
I
love.
love Santa.
And usually they'll sell like those mugs or something.
Yeah, and
too.
the Citizen Trust bar, they're going to be selling the glassware as well. So
it's
really
so cute,
neat.
yeah, and fun. I just think that that's so fun because you're clearly only going to get that once a year.
Yeah. So then we have dinner reservations at Jeff Ruby's. There's a couple locations at Jeff Ruby's. I know there's one in Kentucky, maybe. There's definitely one in Cincinnati, which is the first one. And then there's one in Columbus. We have a late dinner reservation there. And then we're going to just like go back, enjoy the hotel, make some cocktails.
Play some games.
Play some card games.
Yeah.
Relax. Enjoy just some adult time. Stacy has 3 kids and I have 1. So it's nice to like, we're always around our kids. We always take our kids everywhere. So it's nice to just have some adult time.
With an adult conversation, not having to
enjoy our spouses and hang out.
So we're super excited about that.
What are some of your, have you watched like any, do you keep a list of Christmas movies that you've watched? Or I have like a list of like,
so you track
classic favorites. So I try to
you have a checklist.
I do have a checklist. I'm a list.
She's nerding it out right now. She has a checklist. Don't let her fool you.
I love.
Okay, so what's your favorite one?
Okay, so my favorite.
Can you narrow it down to 1, or do you have?
Yes, no,
okay.
I can narrow it down to 1, but 2 is real close behind. But my favorite of all time is "It's a Wonderful Life."
Yeah, it's a classic.
I introduced that to my son this year, and he loved it.
I'm surprised by that, just given his age.
I know.
Like I would think that he would think it's boring.
Yeah, I thought so too.
He sees the artistry behind it.
Yes,
he sees
and the story about
because they were. I mean, back then they were like the jack of all trades.
Yeah,
they really did everything.
They did it all.
Yeah.
And we watched the colored version, and he actually said to me, it was funny. He said, "Mom, can we watch It's a Wonderful Life again?"
In
I was like,
black and white?
"You
Oh.
betcha." George Bailey is one of the greatest characters in movie history, so yes, we can watch it again. But this week we watched Home Alone, the first one, which
I
classic.
actually do not like the second one. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, it's fine just because I like seeing New York City, but the first one is just such a classic.
They always try to make a second, and it never ever measures up to the first.
It's
like
really
in
hard.
most movies.
Yeah.
Like I actually can't really think now. Mind you, I haven't had all the coffee that I need yet today, but I can't think off the top of my head where a second trumps the first in any movie. Can you?
I don't think so. Like you know what I've noticed is Hollywood's really into like remaking movies too.
Right now.
And I haven't.
You're not there for it.
No, I know. I mean, I feel like there needs to be some originality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we watched Home Alone and we watched National Lampoon's classic.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So funny. That's a good family favorite. And then another one that my son loves, because we are huge Adam Sandler fans. My son loves 8 Crazy Nights, which is actually Christmas, Hanukkah themed, but we love that movie's just so funny, and it's just anyway, my son loves that movie and we watch it every year. So that's another one we watched this week. Did you watch any Christmas movies this week?
So we did. So Elf, it's always Elf is,
oh yes, we
is
have
my
to watch
favorite.
Elf.
Home Alone is a staple.
Yeah.
We always have to watch that one. Sound of Music, which some people don't think is really a Christmas movie, but it does kind of sort of music wise.
They've started singing that song on Christmas albums.
And I think that I've always thought of it because we have seen the play. I've seen the play a couple times, but it's always been at Christmas time, like the Broadway play.
Oh, okay.
So I guess maybe in my mind, I think it's more Christmassy than what maybe it really is. I don't know.
I mean, it's beautiful. I love it.
and then I'm really cheesy, and I love Hallmark Christmas
Oh,
movies.
I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Love them.
I did watch a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I don't
this week
know
too.
any of the titles, to be honest. They're all the same storyline, every
Yeah.
single one of them. You can predict everything that's going to happen, but I'm there for it, and I'm loving it. Like,
Yeah.
I love them. Like, the
Oh, I
second
know
that
the
they
one I
start-
watched. I watched one that was about a girl that was turning 30, and she wasn't with us. She, like, all of her siblings were getting married off, and so I watched that one. It was cute.
Every single one's a love
Yeah.
story.
It was
That's
funny
not
because my
realistic.
husband walked in and was like, I can guarantee you that those two end up together. I was like, you would be correct.
100%. 100% of the time.
So I know we've teased what we're going to talk about, like, for the holiday season since the beginning, since we started this podcast. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about today was hosting parties.
Yes.
As most of you know already, I have mentioned that I am a unhostess. The easier, the better for parties for me. So I have a couple ideas for the party unhostess, or I mean, even someone that maybe likes to host but doesn't have enough time, or it's like a
Because
last
it's such a
minute
busy
thing.
season.
It really is
that
something
it's
that's
really
easy
hard
to
to
throw.
find time.
Yeah,
for everything.
you have to throw something together quickly. So I have a couple ideas, and Stacy has some great ideas too, about parties and hosting and all that stuff. So one of the things that I thought was really cute was a holiday snack exchange. And you can make it geared towards adults, or you can do kids too. But you can all make so you and a group of friends or couples or families or whatever, you all make your favorite snacks. And then you meet together at someone's house or a restaurant, central meeting area, and you can all just snack on all of the favorite snacks. And you have maybe some cocktails, watch a Christmas movie, something like that. But it's something where you're not having to plan a whole meal or
It's
a
almost
whole
like
entire appetizer.
a potluck essentially in a way,
Yes,
where everybody
exactly.
brings their own favorite.
Yeah, and it's just something easy. You can even say, bring a bottle of wine or bring your favorite drink or something, but it's just an easy way to get together, enjoy time together, and you don't have to prepare a ton of things. You're preparing one thing to share with others.
And then there's plenty there. And then you could always have, games for the kids, or just even you can get those pre-made gingerbread houses. And if it's a family thing, you could have the kids kind of be sitting at a table. You could set up a little table area. I think that it's kind of cute, almost as a tablecloth, if you're just wanting to cover the table, is to use actual wrapping paper. So you could just roll out some wrapping paper. It could just be the brown paper and you want to draw on it, or it could be actual wrapping paper, roll it out, and then put those little gingerbread houses up, and the kids can decorate, and that can occupy them so the adults can socialize or do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I love that idea. That's really cute.
So it's kind of something to play on to that.
That's such a
Something
cute
super
idea.
easy.
Yeah. 100%. I love that.
And y'all probably already have wrapping paper, so just roll it out.
Easy cleanup.
Yes, easy
Love
cleanup.
That's an unhostess thing for sure. Easy cleanup.
And then you just throw it away.
Yeah. Another idea that I had was something where it's a Christmas happy hour, cocktail happy hour. So let's say you guys want to get together, but you don't necessarily want to prepare a meal or something. You can just prepare a couple drinks, and you can have a happy hour at your place for adults, and then maybe you can make plans to eat out, make reservations for everyone, but you can kind of host just a happy hour at your house. And I have a couple really delicious cocktails for this that are Christmassy, holiday inspired.
And if you don't want to make reservations and you literally just want to make it a happy hour, that's totally fine too.
Yeah,
it's just to get your friends together.
Yeah.
Like if you don't
you don't even have to make reservations. It's something that you can just easy to do. These cocktails are very little ingredients and easy to make, and you can just kind of like set out some almonds, cheeses, meats, something easy to throw together, and you guys can just sit around.
And you can even get pre-made
cocktails.
Things of those at like Costco and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And there's actually a local butcher shop that does
boards for people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Butcher
amazing.
and grocer. They do boards, and I know Black Radish Creamery. It's a cheese place that's in North Market. They are one of our favorite places, and it's in downtown Columbus. They also do boards pre-made, and they're beautiful, beautiful boards too. I mean, something that's like really aesthetically pleasing also, with being delicious. So one of the cocktails that I found was a spicy cranberry margarita. One of our favorite places to visit is Charleston, South Carolina, and there's a hot sauce that we got at one of the restaurants down there, and it's called Red Clay. It's our favorite hot sauce. We actually order it to our house because we have to have it in our house, but it's a spicy cranberry margarita. One of their Red Clay hot sauce salt for the rim of the glass. So that's an idea. Yeah.
And pretty
and
too.
Really pretty. And who doesn't love a margarita? I mean, come on.
It's a staple.
Yeah. Another one is called the pomegranate gin fizz.
Ooh.
Which is another beautiful, like really pretty cocktail. It has really pretty foam at the top. So that's another idea too.
And then, so I went a little bit, I guess maybe more on the masculine side a little bit.
But it's nice. You want to have like lighter
or a variety. You could always have a variety. So maple bourbon smash, and that is only 3 ingredients, which is amazing. So that's a good little, you could serve it in a cute little bourbon cup, glass with a, they make those even cute ice cube trays that you can get different designs. And then an elderflower, because I mean personally, anything with elderflower,
I do too.
I am down for. Like,
if I see
amazing.
if I see that on the menu at a restaurant, I'm getting that.
French 75. So, and that is only 4 ingredients. So kind of easier. You don't have to go out to the liquor store and get, fill a cart with every liquor under the sun. Just kind of easy cocktails to
that are holiday inspired.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Another idea for a unhostess type party that's not it doesn't require a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, but it's pancake and pajamas. And that's something that's fun. You can do like on a Saturday for brunch, Saturday morning. You can even do it like an evening if you want to do just like the girls. But if you want to do one with the kids, you can have like assorted pancakes and syrups. And then you can also have mocktails for the kids and cocktails for the adults.
Like a mimosa bar or something.
Yes, I have a cranberry mimosa recipe that is amazing. And also, who doesn't love an espresso martini?
Yeah, true.
I mean,
like that's not just in the morning for me. And then you could even, I was looking up like different recipes for drinks, and a lot of people, because I love like a hot cocoa bar, which you could do with that. Instead of doing mocktails, you could just do like a cute hot cocoa bar.
That would be so
cute. And to do like a mimosa bar for the adults. I was looking up where people were even just so simple as to put like a candy cane on in the glass to give it like a peppermint kind of flavor.
I love peppermint.
Or sugared cranberries, which is cute in a bowl. It looks so cute, and then they're yummy too, and give a little bit of flavor to the fizz. So just like even easy, simple little garnishes like that.
Yeah.
You could always do too. And then it's a really cute idea, which I've seen people do, and we've done it before as well, is if you're doing a pancake little breakfast thing, is to have Santa like come knock on the door, because you can hire Santas.
Yes.
It's kind of a new thing to do too, instead of going and sitting on a lap of some
That's nice too, because the pandemic has kind of like ruined Santa visiting Santa.
I think we're kind of getting like back to an arm's length, 6 feet away. And so to have Santa show up, and then it's actually more magical too, because they're like, hold up,
oh my goodness,
and then read like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas or something like that, and then he's gone.
Yes.
And it's actually like it's very inexpensive, and it's very personal. So that's kind of a cute little thing if you wanted to host that, where you could make it simple, and really Santa's the highlight, so somebody else is doing the work.
Yeah, that's a really cute idea.
I've also seen it where people have dropped off. My friend actually has done this. You as a guest would bring, like I would bring my kids a little present beforehand, and it would say their name on it, but Santa would give them the present when he came. So like he came, read a book, and then gave them a small little gift.
Oh, okay.
And the kids would think that it was from Santa because I would drop it off way beforehand.
Oh, I love
So that's kind of a
that.
cute little idea too.
Yeah, for sure. And I love that because you can involve the kids in this type of party. I mean, obviously you can have the kids at any of these parties, but like this is more geared towards, you know, the magic of Christmas for kids.
Yeah, and for us to see it through the lens of the child.
Yes,
like it's just so magical. And
thing.
then clearly the adults socialize and have cocktails and just have fun together as well.
Awesome.
So that's kind of a fun little, it doesn't take much to plan that either, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't really have to decorate that much. Your house is already decorated.
Yeah, that's what's so nice about hosting something small at your house. Your house is already decorated, so you don't really have to do anything else.
You don't really have to do much. And if you wanted to throw down something on a table as far as, you know, decorations for the adults or something, so we go and cut a real Christmas tree down every year, and you can they cut branches off of your tree, or they'll even like sell or just give away like little branches that are, you know, that the shavings of the tree.
Yeah.
And that would make for just a great little centerpiece. It smells good. Put some tall candlesticks in it and call it a day. It's easy, fun, pretty,
festive,
classy. Like you don't need, you know, I love a warm glow. I don't like bright lights. So it kind of just gives that little look.
I love a candle. And
it smells good, but also that garland smells so good. Fresh garland is amazing. And then you could even, you know, if you wanted to put some little ornament balls in it to give it some color or something like that.
And those are so cheap. Just like a little container
like
of
that,
those. Yeah.
Just to kind of shove in there. So that's just an idea too, as if you're hosting something kind of small like that. A cocoa bar is kind of decorations on itself, you know, like the little mix-ins and stuff are.
Yeah, and everyone can get their own thing.
Yeah. So that's just kind of
those
some
are
easy
ideas for, you know, easy holiday party planning. Since everyone's kind of busy on the go, it has lots of plans. Something just easy that you can throw together last minute and invite some friends over and just kind of hang out.
Yes, for sure. So then I kind of thought of a couple just to kind of tail on to Marissa's thoughts, just some easy hosting ideas as well. I thought it was super cute. So a friend brought this to my attention because her sister did it, and I thought it was adorable. She did a girls' night. So it was just a girls' night. So you could have wine, super easy too.
Mulled wine?
Yes.
Yes.
And they decorate their own gingerbread houses. So
I love that.
It's so fun because you're just sitting at the table. You know, the hostess literally,
laughing, drinking.
like everybody could bring a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
The hostess could just provide all the candy or not. I mean, you could say bring your favorite candies if you want. And bring your own gingerbread house. So clearly everybody should just get a pre-made one because to put a gingerbread house together is like.
No, to bake the gingerbread and then.
Or just to put one of the pre-made kits together. Like they make them where they're actually put together. I think the hardest part is actually putting those walls up.
Listen,
like it's horrible.
We have done a gingerbread house once. And we could not get it to stand up for the life of us. Literally, it was just like the house that was built on sand. Yeah. Like in the Bible.
That was not biblical. That house was not biblical. So we have every year we do a gingerbread house, and every year I'm like, why are we doing this? So this year the house is felt, and of course my 12-year-old's like, I'm just turning mine into a cell phone. So like she decorated it to look like a cell phone. I'm like, oh, of course you would. But yeah, it's always a disaster every single time. So everybody should just get those pre-made.
And then you can just throw candy on it, eat your candy, drink your wine.
And it's just like
a
fun,
with your girlfriends.
So fun. Like have Christmas music playing on your Sonos or whatever.
What's more fun than just hanging out with your girlfriends and being silly?
Yeah. So and then you could even make some of those cocktails we mentioned if you don't want wine or whatever. I mean, we
will be having some of those spicy cranberry margaritas tonight, a la my husband. Can't wait.
Yes, for sure. And we'll be taking pictures.
Yes.
So I thought that was a really, really cute idea. And then an ornament exchange is something that's kind of, you know, super easy. You could use your ideas of, you know, just doing a little a cocktail area and kind of just throwing together that, you could either make your ornaments if you want, or, and this could be something that could involve the kids as well, because the kids can always make ornaments. I mean, every year I get the little things from Hobby Lobby that the kids paint. They're like the plaster,
like the
pre-made.
Yes, okay.
And so the kids could paint those, you know, adults could do whatever. Make their own ornaments or not, or you could just bring an ornament, because remember last week we discussed how Etsy has these gorgeous ornaments that are personalized.
Yes.
So it could just be a fun little gift exchange where it's not something big.
Yeah.
It's just an ornament gift exchange. So either make your own or just have an actual gift exchange with ornaments.
And it's also something if you want to get someone a gift, but you're kind of like low, your budget's low, or you just want to kind of like exchange something that's meaningful to between friends, you can do
and
just a
then they
ornament.
can be personalized.
Yeah.
And I think
And
it's
it's
fun too,
meaningful.
and for all age ranges.
Yeah.
Like from super young to older, for sure. Like I think that's kind of an age range fun little activity or just exchange.
That's a good idea.
And then I have done this before, and it was actually super, super fun. Kind of is geared towards just women, but it could be like guys could totally have a get together and do it too, but for your favorite things. So you know how Oprah has like her favorite things, and they're very elaborate usually.
Yes.
But so you could do one, and you could either have kind of a budget on it or not. That's completely up to you as the hostess. But people bring their favorite things. So clearly, to a party I went to in our old area, we would have this every year. Actually, it was so fun with just girlfriends, and so we'd have everybody bring an appetizer.
Okay.
There would be, you know, cocktails and whatnot, and then you bring a gift as an exchange, but it's your favorite thing. And it's kind of like the white elephant, so someone could steal it up to 2 times. I think were the rules. So some people brought candles, some people brought like their favorite face creams, or you know, a makeup item.
Was there like a price limit, or was it just like your favorite thing, whatever it may be?
It was just your favorite thing.
Okay.
So I brought patchouli oil, of course, one time with something else, because that wasn't like, I felt like that was probably not enough. But of course that was mine. But people would bring all sorts of different things. Like sometimes people would bring like, you know, a really nice face cream or something, and then that's when I would be like, and I brought my patchouli oil. But you know, actually it was kind of a popular thing.
Stacey made me a patchouli oil roll-on, and it is, every time I would give her a hug, I'd be like, you smell so good. Patchouli oil. That's all it was.
It's so funny because I don't actually smell it anymore, because I'm used to it, but I do love it. And it's like a love-hate thing. So either people love it or people hate it. So I've had people be like, what are you wearing? Or people were like, oh, what are you wearing?
But it's something that lingers.
Yeah.
That
I just
you
don't
don't
smell
realize. Right. But it's like, and it's not an overwhelm. It doesn't overwhelm.
So
as it wears on your skin, it becomes almost like a skin fragrance.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So that was one of party itself is just so fun. And it's easy too, because your house is already decorated once again, and then you're just everybody brings an appetizer. Yeah. So it's kind of a really fun. And then you talk about the products. Like people would be like, "Oh, this is my favorite product," or "This is my favorite thing."
And favorite things are what people are passionate about.
Yes. So they just want to talk about or why it's their favorite thing. I mean, people would be like, "This is my favorite candle because just smell it, like the scent, the aroma, yada yada." So that's a super fun party. I love that. So I thought that was a really fun idea. And then I think a progressive dinner is a super fun thing. Like if you live in a neighborhood, I mean,
I've never done one of those. I've wanted to plan one maybe at like restaurants downtown or things like that, but I've never had a close neighborhood unit where you can
that would be something
that.
Yeah.
But if you do, then that's such a brilliant idea.
Like you could either, I mean, weather permitting, you could either ride a bike or not, or whatnot. But so like one person could do like appetizer, one person could do like the main course, one person could do dessert or cocktails, one house could be cocktails or anything like that. So I thought that was like a super fun kind of idea for the holidays. You don't have, that's something that you could do all year, like anytime.
And you don't have to focus on preparing a whole entire meal. You're preparing one thing, you know?
Absolutely. And even if it was like the main course was at one person's house, it could maybe even be like 2 families hosting it.
Yeah.
So
or you
preparing,
bring a side or something. Yeah.
So it could be super fun. And then one thing that I thought of for the kids, because, you know, we always do like the gingerbread houses, which we've already named, and the ornaments and all that, was to get one of those little Christmas trees, which clearly I've talked about in previous episode, that I love the little Christmas trees.
Yes.
And then have the kids decorate it for their room. Like it could be a little Christmas tree for their room.
Own little Christmas
like almost
tree.
Like a Charlie Brown tree or something.
Yes.
You know, like it could be so cute. And just a fun little activity for them. So I kind of thought that was a fun little thing.
Great idea.
For the kiddos to do.
Mm-hmm. I love that idea too.
So those were some of my just kind of holiday fun little things. And then some fun appetizers that I found, especially for the kids, is to make little stocking pizzas, like individual ones. And you can get like the Pillsbury ready-made. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so simple.
Yeah.
That's like a simple little thing. Bacon wrap dates, like all kinds of just fun appetizers that
those
you
are some
can
of my favorites.
look up. And Pinterest clearly is like the place to look.
Yeah,
like
you can find really easy recipes on
your
there.
cheese
I'm always
board
saving
into
easy
a
recipes
Christmas
on there.
tree or something like
Right.
that. You know, like super easy, fun little things to do that look a little more holiday festive.
Yeah, I love that idea too.
Today, because Marissa is like my go-to with clearly everything skin related, products, makeup, it all. So I called her up this week. For 2 different reasons, but I called her up and I was like, no, number one, my skin does not like Ohio weather at all. Like I hate Ohio weather as far as my skin goes. I'm dry, and so clearly I always call her up for everything. But then I called her up again and I was like, okay, have you ever, and I think probably most ladies,
I would say most women can
relate to this. Like you're pulling up to a school function just to drop your child off or whatever the occasion may be. And there's always those moms that are literally like dolled up. And you're like, it's like 7:00 in the morning.
Kudos to those moms.
Oh,
I'm just not one of those moms.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they took the time to get ready. And some of them are wearing like their yoga pants, you know, like,
but they are on point.
They're in their athleisure and they have a full face and jewelry on and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
So
and they look so pulled together, and it makes you, obviously that's not their intention, but it makes you feel like, oh, maybe I should like pull it together.
Like I want to hide my face. Actually, I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you because you look so good. Like I'm going to. It's not, the sun's not out, but I'm going to put my sunglasses on. So I asked her for a kind of easy, very fast tips on maybe how to pull yourself together at least a little bit to make you not feel so blah.
Okay. Yeah.
So what's some advice you have?
I would say the easiest thing for people to do to really like look awake, look alive, have some color on their face, it would take 3 to 5 minutes tops, would be 4 items.
Oh, that's very doable.
Right. So you would want a tinted moisturizer or a sheer foundation, or maybe an SPF that has some color or some shimmer or something that illuminates your skin. That would be step 1. Step 2, a bronzer. A bronzer makes you look alive, warms you up, warms up your skin. You don't look so pale and pasty in the winter months, especially. And mascara, any mascara. You don't have to have a certain mascara. If you have a mascara, throw on your mascara.
It just makes you look
brightens your eyes, makes you look awake. And then a gloss. It covers your lips, adds some shine. It could be a clear gloss. It could be a color gloss. Any kind of gloss moisturizes your lips, keeps your lips moisturized, makes them not look maybe dry or, like you're just waking up. And it just really softens your features, brightens your skin, brightens your face. You feel a little bit more pulled together when you just have a couple products on, and you're going to feel more confident.
I love it. That's super easy. And then you could just go from wherever, like the drop off to if you have errands to run, or
grocery,
even if you feel,
doctor's appointment,
even if you feel a little more put together, if you do have like a Zoom call or a meeting or something, just to kind of just to look a little bit more put together if you don't have tons of time to get ready.
Or I mean, and this is also for working moms who maybe they woke up late, wanted to sleep in a little bit, or they were having a rough morning, and so they just want to look polished for work.
Kids were not cooperating,
which can happen.
So that's a great.
And I do have favorite products, but honestly, as far as like mascara and glosses go, just use what you have.
Yeah. I think that's a good little. I like that you said 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, that's doable.
Tops.
You can even do that in the car if you need to.
You can use this stuff with your hands. So
so
very
that's
easy to do.
That's an easy fix. Love it.
Yeah,
great ideas.
I have a question. So Stacy is amazing at rehabbing old furniture. She's amazing at turning things into new things that you look at and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's trash. She can rehab it, make it look beautiful. So I'm so jealous of that. I would love some tips and tricks on doing a successful rehab of a furniture. So like a mirror or a dresser or a vanity or something like that. So what kind of things do you use?
So there are some products that I use, and actually this year. So Facebook Marketplace has been like my best friend because it's so funny, especially in this era. You find some really good treasures on there. She has
found some amazing pieces.
Like ones that you would think, like, my husband's like, Stacey, I don't know about that. Like, what is that?
She has an eye, though. Don't let her fool you. She has an eye. Like, she'll find something, and then I'll be like I would have passed it by. And then she finds it, and I'm like, oh, I love that.
So I recently found this 70s, like, curved desk that I'm going to turn into a vanity for my daughter's room. And with that, I'm actually not changing the handles on it because they're wood handles that like are into the actual drawers. It's just a really cool piece, but it is kind of small.
Okay.
So as far as very low to the ground. So I am going to, it's going to require a little bit more rehab. So I'm going to have to cut some legs out. But with stuff like that, like if you find an old dresser or something like that, a sander is like a tool that you're gonna want. I mean, not saying that you have to have an electric sander, but at least you're gonna need sandpaper, real fine sandpaper to finish it off, to sand the old exterior paint. You don't have to take it down to the
base wood or
anything. You don't have to take it down to that. You don't need to strip it or anything. You just need to sand it so your new paint will adhere to it if you're painting it. So a sander for sure, or sandpaper, fine sandpaper. And then I just got a sprayer this year, like an actual paint sprayer. Before I would do spray paint, which is fine, but it runs, like spray paint runs.
Yes.
So I got this sprayer and it's amazing. And it's just a cheaper one I got from Home Depot. I didn't get like some fancy like one from the paint store or anything. But it is amazing because it dries. There's air that comes out of it too, so it dries the paint. Yes, not fully. Like you still need to let it set and dry, but it does it so you could put a second coat on fairly recent. Yeah. And so I think that is kind of a must now that I've done it, used it. I used it recently on some dining chairs that I found. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea what I did. A rubber mallet if you're doing some reupholstering. Okay. And then a stapler, like a really good stapler, like a industrial heavy duty one.
Okay.
A good stapler is a must if you're reupholstering, because then you're going to be taking staples out. It's just annoying.
And if you think about it, like these are investment pieces, investment tools, but you'll use them all the
lot.
time.
Yeah. And the stapler's not that expensive.
I mean, you spend the price, spend your money once, but then you have a tool.
Yeah, and you're going to actually use it. If you're going to rehab items, you're going to use it over and over. And I'm not like the greatest reupholsterer. Like, I'm not going to buy a couch and be like, I'm going to be able to reupholster that couch. Like, that's not happening, especially if there's like tufting or like nail heads and all that stuff. Like, that's not what I'm going to do. But like chairs or something that's a little bit easy, you go and get the fabric that you love and that you want. And then it's super easy to just take the old off. Sometimes you do need new batting, which is like the cushiony part.
Okay.
But you can just go to Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of those places and get that stuff. And then you just pretty much staple it. Nobody's seeing the bottom of it. So it doesn't really matter if you have like 500 staples in it, you know? And then just staple it. So those are kind of my must. I mean, you will need like a hammer, of course. But most people have a hammer already. So that's kind of my go-to tools.
Just the tip tools.
Just the tip tools. That's what that is.
I wanted to mention that we have an Instagram account where we will be posting everything that we've talked about today. My favorite products for the 5-minute face, our cocktail recipes, party ideas, decor ideas, all that stuff. We'll be posting all of that on our Instagram, and that can be found at Pushing Pause Podcast. So please follow us on there.
And we post a lot of stuff throughout the week too.
You can kind of stay up to date with everything going on.
Yeah, and also like maybe if you guys have ideas or something like that, we'll post, or if you guys give feedback on ideas that you've used of ours.
Yes, we love to see that stuff.
So we will definitely post that kind of stuff, but we do post things that we've done on there, things that we've discussed in our podcast. We always post on there. Yeah. So if you're wanting the recipes or just to see certain things that we've discussed, we always are posting on our Instagram.
And we also share posts from our listeners. Like I'm going to be posting those Elf on the Shelf ideas that we got from one of our listeners in Pataskala. So
perfect. So check it out for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And then we also have a YouTube channel.
We have a YouTube channel. It's new.
Yes.
But we're going to be posting videos and how-tos, and Stacy and her husband purchased an old home recently. We're gonna
1898. That's when it was.
We're going to be doing a tour of the befores. I'm going to be walking with Stacy through, and she's going to kind of give us ideas. We're going to be following their journey on the rehab, and it's going to be I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited because I've seen the work that she's done, and she does incredible, like chic, beautiful, just like trendy, too kind. Hippie, cool pieces. So I can't wait to share her stuff.
So we're going to be posting just a lot of random stuff. We're also going to be utilizing the YouTube channel a little bit more. Like we said, it's new just as of 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to be
posting like tutorials for, makeup tutorials or anything that we're doing. Like if we go do something out in Columbus or surrounding areas, we can post videos and give you guys ideas.
And that is Pushing Pause Podcast. Yep. And please subscribe.
Yes,
and then we're going to be putting a lot of stuff on there, a lot of things that we're doing, and the podcast too, for sure. Will be on YouTube as well. We also have an email, and then we would love to, like I said, we got an email with pictures. Please send us ideas for podcasts, questions you may have, pictures of things maybe that you've done with your friends or family, of things that we've recommended. And that's at pushingpausepodcast@gmail.com. So please email us. And we also want to hear kind of like subjects that you guys may want to hear us talk about.
Yes.
I think, and it could be anything. It doesn't have to just be.
Obviously, our focus has been holiday because 'tis the season, but we want to talk about anything that people want to hear. Anything that interests us, anything that interests you, we want to talk about.
And it could be as serious as you want or as light and fluffy as you want. Like
exactly.
We want to cover all sorts of different grounds for sure. So we would love to hear from you just to give us ideas. And hopefully we can, then we'll dive in and discuss those ideas.
Yeah, we're hoping. So we try to record on Fridays and post on Wednesdays. We want to do a weekly podcast. So, please check all of those social media accounts out and follow us and subscribe and email and talk to us.
Yes, and we thank you guys so much for listening. This is so fun. Yes, and we would love to definitely hear from you guys.
Yes.
But in the meantime, unpause.
Until the next time.